Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for Stash Bash for the month of March, and this month we are using a product that's been in our stash for over 2 years, and for me that is the I Am collection from Simple Stories, and I love this collection so much. It's so beautiful, and I've hoarded it and I've used it a little bit, but I still have, as you can see, a ton. So I thought it would be fun to kind of finally go through these. They're little folders that are meant to go in like a little album, like the snap albums, and I'm just kind of looking through them to see if something could help to work and play off of. At this time, I'm not really sure what I'm using for my photos or what direction I want to go in. I just wanted to get a feel for what I had paper wise, because I wanted to stick as closely to using just exclusively the papers as much as possible. So I'm just kind of having a play here and just looking. I love that blue. It is so pretty, and the back of it though has the one that has that gold heart, and I don't know what it is about the fact that it's black and white with a gold heart, but like you don't want to use it, even though you could, create your own gold heart and put it on a black and white straight background yourself. There's just something about it. I didn't want to mess it up. I find stuff, and that's why everything sits in my stash forever, because I get too afraid to use it. I also wanted to go through these. They are little pockets, and as I am looking through them, that one right there made me think that that would be a really fun one to use a multiple photo, and that brought me to the idea of the fact that I have not documented my son losing his first tooth. And he did not lose his first tooth in a normal way, because my son is only 4, so really he should still have all his baby teeth, but he doesn't. We were one day, and thankfully the photos are not gory. The one you see there is the worst it is, and that is the day after. So there's nothing gory to any of these, just so don't worry about that. But I picked him up from daycare, and it was in November, so he was in preschool already, like in his junior kindergarten class, and we were just kind of playing around and playing chase and whatnot, and he somehow fell into the arm of our couch, and in that, there's stitches into the couch because the arm of it is leather. And he had been playing with it. He's been pulling at this stitch for a long, long time. And somehow, I do not know how he managed to do it so perfectly, but he caught his bottom tooth, and it was one of his bottom front teeth, and he just kind of like caught it, and his whole tooth just came flying out. I didn't know exactly what had happened. I saw a lot of blood, and he was just saying, I want my tooth back in, I want my tooth back in. And at first I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. And then he literally picked up his tooth off the couch and showed it to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Of course, I'm home alone. Sean is at work. I don't normally do well in these situations, but I was pretty proud of myself. I controlled myself pretty decently. And I was like, it's okay, buddy, let's see. He wasn't upset because he was in pain. He was just upset because he wanted his darn tooth back in his mouth. And of course, I've got Nora, who's like, what's going on? What is all this noise? I had just got her down for a nap, so she was like, what is happening? So thankfully, because I work in a dental office, I was able to call my work and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, I don't know what to do. So I rushed him in. I work about 20 minutes away from where we live, so it was a long enough drive for him to calm down, because of course that's quite upsetting. So he was nice and calm, so by the time he got into the chair and my doctor saw him, everything was okay, and he thankfully had pulled it. It would be the same way as when kids do have loose teeth and you wrap a string around it and you slam the door, is basically what he did to his tooth, except not on purpose, obviously. And that tooth was way in there because it wasn't loose whatsoever. So it was quite the adventure, let me tell you. And it was enough fun for one day. A whole week. But of course, because he lost a tooth, the tooth fairy came and visited that next morning, and because of the circumstances of how he lost that tooth, he actually received $5, and the tooth fairy made sure to let him know that that's not a normal case. Most missing teeth are going to be, $1, a loonie, and this was just a very special case for him. So she wrote all of that down, and we have his little tooth in his little place where we're going to store all his baby teeth, and it was, like I said, quite the adventure. So that is what I am documenting, all because I found that little flip in the I Am collection. So write one thing and it just takes you to a whole nother place. So what I decided to do is take the cute photo of him holding his letter from the Tooth Fairy and he's smiling, trying to show his missing tooth with his money. That's the good photo because that's the day after, along with the photo of him sitting in the chair at the dentist office, and we've got him wrapped in a blanket and all nice and comfy, and he's got some paper on it just clotting. By that time it had all clotted anyways, but they were just cleaning it up and all of that. So he is looking up at the ceiling. We have TVs on our ceiling at my work, and so that's a good photo. And then when you flip it open, there's the photo of him. I took another photo of him just kind of highlighting the letter and the money. And then the other one, when you open it up, there's the journaling talking about the story I just told you, along with the photo of his actual missing tooth spot where it is. It's not really gory. You can just tell that it has been extracted in maybe not the nicest way, but there's not a lot of blood to it. And to play off the fact that this was quite the adventure, I thought it would be fun to have a nice, really, really big title. So I am going to title this The No Good, Very Bad Adventure of Losing Your First Tooth. Because that is exactly what this was. It was crazy. And so I'm using a whole bunch of different alphas. I am trying to work through my stash of thickers, and I was able to, I basically looked at things I could spell. I wanted to definitely highlight the word bad. And so I used those fun, I believe those are from the Little You collection or the Wonder collection from Crate Paper. I still have a few of those letters hanging around, enough to spell the word bad. And yeah, so I just kind of played around with it. I really like the way the title kind of turned out, but because it is so large and is such a big part of the layout, because it's so big, I don't add a lot of embellishing to this layout because it doesn't need any. You kind of read the title, and then, like I said, that flip kind of opens up. So I just add a few little things, and you can see I'm thinking here like, oh, what am I going to do now? And then as I'm gluing everything down, I accidentally covered, I got something on my photo, so I'm just covering it up with another piece. I just fussy cut this out of one of the 3x4 cards, and that's just going to stick on there, and I'll place the date on that, which works really well. And then it kind of reminds you to flip it open. And I also was finally able to use this little banner thing that says Be Brave. This is also from the Wonder collection, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm ever going to use this, but it worked perfectly in this instance, and it matches the collection from Simple Stories really well. So that's how that's going to kind of end up. I use a little bit of this yellow, so there's another pop of yellow. You know me and my visual triangle, so I'm going to add that, and I believe that says Documented. And you guys, that basically truly wraps up this layout. It's, like I said, super simple, but I loved being able to pull out this collection. Like I said, I really do love it. It is one of my favorite ones, and it was nice to be able to document to my son and get the story told. I've been wanting to tell the story for quite a while, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to do it, so I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. Make sure you keep hopping along because we've got some more ladies that are using up some older stash. I love this series. The Stash Bash is one of my favorite things that I do every month, so I'm always so happy when I am able to get it in for the month. I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. It's the start of a new week, and my daughter turns 1 this weekend, so it's quite crazy. Lots of stuff going on. Thanks everyone so much for watching. You're going to see 2 close-ups. The first one is going to be the finished with it like the way you see it now, and then I also flip it open so you can see where I put my journaling and the other added photo there for you. So that should be there as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye!